Okay. That's what I'm talking about, man. I killed that shit, man. That right there, that's easy, man. You know what I mean? Give me something else, John. I'm on fire, man.
Watch this,
man. Let's do this for Holly Grove. Get Magnolia Projects. Shout to the NO. Matic. DJ Drama. BTF baby dedication to let's go.
Fireman. Yep, I get it from my daddy. Boy, I beat you like know you when you're patio.
Cheers.
Oh, we still going?
Let that automatic go. Test me when I'm chilling and I kill you from a patio. Bitch, my shadow look good.
I'm just feeling wheezy. Believe me, they ain't never seen. I miss that way. Cheers, man.
Cheers. And welcome to another episode of Marlon vs. Marlon. Dang, you sweating already?
Already, man. It's hot. It's a hot one today, man.
Welcome. And I'm your boy Marlon.
And I'm your boy Marlon.
Join us as two childhood friends go back and forth, argue, fight, debate. I doubt that we'll agree today on anything from sports to pop culture and everything in between. This is a family episode. Where's my son?
Family episode. Versus other
Hi,
Marlon
Annie.
too. I got Annie right here. So, all right. So for one, welcome back. Everybody missed you. There was a lot of messages, DMs. Hey, where's he at? So,
only DM I saw was, we don't ever want to hear a podcast only about the Chargers ever again.
Man, that was a good. Speaking of, episode, of course, is brought to you by none other than Getting It, lacing with the finest shoes that you can. I try to get Marlon hooked up with some, but he don't want them. So
there was a little too.
I tried to help you out.
I need a less flashy pair, like something a little subtle.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, you got to work with them. I mean, I tried to. You know how you got the jersey from Jersey Junkyards. You know, I tried to get you set up with something. So
yeah, man. You know, I appreciate that. We'll talk. Damien, if he's he's a beat cop, so whenever he's not on beat, we can set something up.
Absolutely. So, all right. So yes, we're gonna get right into it, man. I don't know if you have anything that you need to say or would like to say about your team, since we didn't hear from you that week. So I don't know if you would. We didn't talk about this at all as far as pre-production, but if you want to speak about your team before we get into everything else, the floor is yours.
I mean, we lost. It was disappointing. It's not the first time I've been disappointed with the Cowboys. Jerry Jones came out today actually and said they're going all in next year. I'm like, I don't know what the hell has been stopping you from going all in the past 20 years. Right. But, hey,
exactly.
I laid out my ground rules. Something big has to happen this offseason for me to continue to be a diehard Cowboy fan. And if that doesn't happen, oh well. I can always root on the Yankees.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So as you saw, personally, it was I had Doc on last week, and we were just talking about some of the biggest, the losses and this and that we've said again. You
and Doc, that might have been a 3-hour episode.
Oh nah, man, it was good. It was he was only on for about 25 minutes. It was good. We got through all of the topics, but now if John was on, that would have been a 3-hour episode.
Okay.
So
Doc, shout out Doc, man.
Yeah, man, he was enjoying all the conversation and everything. But yeah, we were just talking about that and Buffalo and how Philly just had pretty much a bad month and a half. We talked about that, and also too just Cowboys. They just had a bad game. I think they were just overlooking.
So I guess my question would be: did you guys think that our loss was as big as Philly losing the last 5 out of 7?
So my thing with that is it's tough because you could look at it from both ways. Because yes, you guys had a bad loss to where you guys just looked like nothing like you guys, especially at home. You guys look nothing like how you guys have looked all year, and all aspects of the game. But with Philly, it's almost like it was going downhill for a while. So you knew that Philly wasn't going to make some miraculous run and make it into the playoffs. But the biggest way I can say it is you guys had just a bad game. They had a bad month and a half. That's the easiest way to explain it. But I don't think anybody thought Philly would. I actually picked Philly to win, just hoping that they would somehow just kind of bounce back and look like, the Philly that we're used to looking and seeing. But nah.
Yeah. Well, for me, I've been saying this, and because you've been on here laughing at me for the past 3 years for saying the same thing. Ever since we lost Amari Cooper,
yeah,
when we get in big games, all they do is take away CeeDee Lamb. I love what Brandon Cooks did for us this year. Jake Ferguson's a hell of a talent we found. But at the end of the day, you need somebody else to get open. Like, I don't know if you watched the 49ers game at all. But when they got in big moments, Ayuk was wide open. You know what I'm saying? Like, when the 49ers needed a play, Purdy rushed a couple times, scrambled, but Ayuk was wide open whenever they needed a play. It wasn't Kittle. It's not – well, Kittle made one big catch, but it's not Deebo Samuels. You got to have that other guy that just gets open. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we've been missing for the past 5 years, or 3 years, in the playoffs, and it showed again. And the running game sucks. Missed Zeke and missed Amari Cooper.
Oh, what happened?
I heard we could get Saquon Barkley, though. That would be amazing.
Oh. Okay. Are we still live?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, we still live. Okay. All right, I'm tripping.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about?
No, because I thought I messed up the live, which was weird. No, I don't think we live no more.
Well, we are. I'm still watching on Facebook. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Shout out to Kim, just hopped in the chat. Brandon Brown was in there. John's in there.
Okay. Oh, I see. Because we still on this. Okay, yeah, we good. Okay, all right. Bet. So we're gonna hop right into it. We get ready to get to our. Okay. Nah. Can you hear me twice? Am I tripping?
No, man. I cannot hear you twice.
You do?
Are you all right? What's in your cup?
Okay, hold on. Let me do this.
Nothing is going on right now. You're just tweaking right now. We're fine on Facebook.
Okay, we good. Are we good? Everything's good? Okay, all right. Just because I X'd out of the Facebook Live portion of it, but yeah, we good. All right, so we're going to hop right in. DB, if you are watching, I'm going to go ahead and text you and tell you to get in right now so we can get into this first game. So this was, and I said this to you guys before. I said I thought that this was going to be a game that, or just in general with the Chiefs. I thought the Chiefs would somehow figure out a way to make it, figure out a way to just bounce back. It's a team that's in your division, so you just kind of know how they operate. You know how you just know how they are. But yeah, I don't know. I just Baltimore was looking like the team, but we've seen this story with Lamar. We've seen this situation with him. And I want to give a big shout out to you because you have said this for years. If there's two things about you, Lamar can't throw, Giannis can't shoot. You've been consistent since we've started this almost 5 years ago. So I will give you a ton of credit for that. And I try to stick up for him. I really did try to, it's not, I don't want to put it all on Lamar, but this is a situation where if you want to be put in that category of some of the elite quarterbacks, you got to show up in these situations. And with Lamar, I thought that he was okay for the most part, but when he tried to do what didn't get him there, and I can't wait till DB gets on, he said it's running a little slow, but when you try to do something other than what ultimately is your bread and butter, when you try to do too much that way, that's when things kind of go sideways.
I agree. But in that, I also want to give him, I know DB is coming on, but I want to give the Chiefs some credit, man. Like, they made him do something different. Like, they were damn near not rushing him at times. Like, they would have maybe 2 or 3 guys rushing and one guy just kind of waiting for him to break pocket. Obviously, he's an amazing athlete. He's going to make some plays and make some runs and extend some plays. But when you make him sit in the pocket, dog, I was telling my son, we watching the game, every throw he made, there wasn't a defender within 5 yards of the receiver, including the deep touchdown he threw that was kind of off a scramble, and Zay Flowers got matched up with Bolden, the linebacker, and beat him on a scramble drill in the end zone. But, like, dog, there's going to come a point. Lamar had a hell of a season. The Ravens had a hell of a season. But there's going to come a point in the NFL where you have to throw the ball as a quarterback. And, I mean, when you're playing against one of the best to ever do it, it's scary to say on the other side, man, and Patrick Mahomes, they just make plays when they need them. I mean, him getting out of that sack, I know he ended up getting sacked or something like that anyway, but when he was bent over backwards, I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, I didn't even know he was athletic enough to do that because he don't look it when he running around. But, I mean, the Chiefs made him sit in that pocket and beat them throwing the ball. And 7 points. Weren't they like one of the higher scoring teams in the league this year?
Yeah. Yeah,
or maybe 10 points. They might have scored late.
Yeah. So it's, yeah, man. So it's, and of course, it's
pause.
You know, this thing really irritates me, man.
You're overthinking it, bro.
No, just trying to get people on. Like, this is sometimes this app. Go ahead. You got anything else on the game? I'm trying to get DB on real quick.
Anything else on that game? We talking Chiefs, right?
Yeah, on that game. I think, and also too, one thing that's crazy was just seeing that with the way they rushed. I think, what did they have, like 6 rush attempts from the running backs in the second half or something? Like, that was crazy. So it's I'm just not. So they did put Lamar in a bad situation, and also too, it's just having him throw too much. Like, just do what got you there. Do what got you there, and just stay consistent with where you're at. Because if you're not, I mean, that we see him out of his element. And Mahomes had more rushing yards than him, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So, but I think slightly less.
To that point, though, once you get down two scores, it's tough to continually turn back and hand the ball, because you got to think that guy on the other side is going to put up some more points. Granted, they didn't in the long run, but they put up enough. I got the Chiefs by 20 in the Super Bowl.
That was not even expecting that. We'll get into the other game we'll get into the other game with our next guest. And also defensively too, just seeing what they weren't able to do defensively. I think that was pretty unfortunate too. I'm not saying it's easy to slow down, and Kelsey looking like he's a year or two ago.
Like
Kelsey,
looked like the Hall of Fame tight end.
And then with the receivers, everybody except Tony, which Tony, I think they kept giving him a healthy scratch, which I completely understand, why. But yeah, man, like it's just one of those games where you just got outplayed. You just got outplayed at home. And I mean, I don't mean to, bring up you guys, but sometimes, I mean, the better team won. In your situation, I don't necessarily think Green Bay was the better team, but they just played better that day. Whereas with this one, the better team from coaching, from just consistency with the running backs, the receivers actually catching the ball, Kelsey looking good, Mahomes just doing Mahomes things. Like, this is just what he does. And as you said, the highest paid, or the highest scoring team in the league. We're putting up 10 points. I mean, it's just not going to get done. So, but yeah, Terrell Suggs couldn't help you. Ray Lewis couldn't help you coming out. And none of that stuff was going to help.
Well, I know you and John both mentioned, I think you said 5 attempts, or John saying 6 attempts for a running back all game. Now, I agree with that, but in their defense, the running backs got a lot of balls in their hands, paws, out of the backfield. Like, and that's an extension of the run play. Like, hell, in the first half, did he throw the ball to a receiver not named Zay Flowers? You know what I'm saying? Like, so the tight ends and the running backs were, well, which I've been saying for however long Lamar's been in the league also. I don't even know why you put receivers on the field with him. But It was. I mean,
He brought Odell's
that's what
stock
they've
down.
been. Oh, well,
he brought
yeah.
he brought
Odell
Odell's.
wanted to go there. That's on him.
Well, I mean,
He should
they
have
was
came
the
to
only team
Dallas.
dumb enough to give him 1 year, $15 million up to $18 million. I mean, that's a contract that you should never give somebody coming off of injury. But now we'll see where he goes now. But Mark Andrews likely, and it looks like now Zay Flowers. Those are going to be his core guys that he's going to have, and
I like
that's
the young
that.
tight end they got.
Likely. There he
Isaiah
is.
Likely play
there
well.
He is. There we go. He's in there. All right, now joins us. He's been on before. We had a blast when he was on before, just talking AFC West. I want to say I think we got on when the Chiefs weren't doing so well. I think they were just barely skating by. But now they've done what they've done in the playoffs, and now they are back in the Super Bowl. So DB joins us again. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, bro? Thanks for joining us today. Oh, he done froze up already, DB.
Oh, man. Let's give him a couple more seconds to...
We need to come up with this software that works better with Android.
Okay. Hold on. Okay.
There we go.
You back? You good? There we
go.
Just
took me out. I just joined again.
Yeah.
You know, champions do. We always bounce back. Off top.
I don't know about that. So what's up, man? How you doing? How you feeling? Are you froze again?
Kicked out again. He came in.
Remember that time we had Brian on? And I think he was at the gym or something like that. Like
we need to update this software so it better works with Androids. Because we only have issues with Android guys.
Oh yeah, that's right. He does have an Android. Yeah. Okay.
DB.
All right. Hey,
DB,
three strikes and you're out.
Third time the charm. I'm not gonna have a Brian moment. I hope. I hope.
We just mentioned B2. We shouldn't have mentioned knock on wood.
Man, right?
Mm-hmm. So how you feeling? What were your thoughts on the game? And
shout out to the TV in the background with the KC logo.
Shout out to I would say, but they ain't sponsoring y'all, so I'm not gonna give them no shout outs. Sponsor my boys YouTube. Sponsor my boys YouTube.
Facts.
Oh my God.
Chad, what's up in the chat, Chad?
We gonna probably have to put him on straight audio or something. This is getting
he moving around too much. He got Oh, I try to let
this is
still.
Great podcasting. Just
this is what the people have missed.
Yes. All right, so
Chad, let's ride, baby.
Yeah, Chad is let me see. Oh, and Chad's a huge Lamar fan. I mean, if you would think that Chad thinks he's Peyton Manning out there with the way he throws the ball, but Lamar's he's not bad. I think he'll get over the hump. I don't know, because the biggest thing is when you look at the whole AFC as a whole, the Chiefs are. We thought the Chiefs were done. We thought the Chiefs were dead. And look at what they do. When they make the playoff, they just need to get in, and they'll figure it out. They always say, well, once we get in. Oh, Mark, I'm not ready for you yet, Mark.
I don't think the Chiefs were dead. I think the Chiefs are literally. I think Mahomes and Andy Reid are to the 2020s what Tom Brady and Bill Belichick were to the early 2000s. Like, as long as they're playing football and as long as he's healthy, they've got a chance to win it. And when I saw that line, like they were like -3 or something like that, -4. Bet the house on it.
Right. You get
played on the road in the playoffs. Who cares? Yeah. He's better. He's been here. He's played in these games.
He hadn't been on the road, to your point, yes, but they're gonna figure it out. As somebody that's been in his division for 6 years and seeing what they've been able to do year after year after year, it's it's consistency, and they have the better coach. They have the better quarterback. They got a Hall of Fame tight end. Their defense has not been playing bad at all. Barely giving up. I think it's 17 or 20 points in general as far as with their defense. So that's really all you need. You just can't give up 30 pieces like Baltimore's been doing everybody. But my thing is, when you look at and we're just gonna bring Mark in here because I don't know if DB's coming back or not. I don't even know if Mark is ready or not. But when you look at the AFC as a whole, the Bills, I feel like they might find a way. Can you mute Mark? Marlon? The Bills, I feel like they're gonna. I think the Bills might get over the hump before the Ravens, and in my personal opinion. The Jets, I don't necessarily think the Jets are going to, even with Rodgers, their defense is good. They have one of the best defenses in the league. So that's a possibility, especially if they get Devontae Adams. And with the Ravens, possibly the toughest division in the AFC, the Browns, look at what they did with the fourth-string quarterback. The Steelers are consistently consistent. And then the Bengals, and Joe Burrow's been out all year. So I don't want to even talk necessarily about the AFC South. You got the Texans there. The Jaguars, they fell off the map, and then you have the AFC West, which who knows what's going to happen with the Chargers. I can't just say that we're automatically bam 11 wins. I'm just not going to say that right now. But to the point of the Ravens, it's definitely a team that I don't know if not now when.
Yeah, no, it's not now or never or ever for them, man. He is what he is, man. Like, he's a hell of an athlete. Part of the problem with the Ravens is they built this offense for Lamar, which give them credit for that. But it's like a college style offense, and once an NFL team stops the run, dog, you're shit out of luck. Like, you got to push the ball downfield, you're out of luck. It's just not. It's not him. It's not that offense. It's not. I don't care how many fast receivers you get. We saw him with Hollywood Brown. Now we're seeing him with Zay Flowers, who I think is a heck of a player. Dumbass move on the penalty and dumbass move fumbling into the end zone a la CeeDee Lamb a couple weeks ago. But, it is what it is. The Ravens are out of here.
Yeah. Okay, and now he joins us. Mark is a huge 49ers fan. We'll get into him in a second, but Mark joins us now. What's up, man? How you doing?
Mark, what's up, bro?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
We can hear you guys. Man. A lot better than the last person we had on. So. Yeah, so. You've been a huge critic.
Man. He's in the chat.
Yeah, well, he better get in the group because I don't know. It ain't gonna work today. But try again. You've been a big critic of Lamar too, as well. So going into that game, what were your thoughts of Lamar? What did you think? Do you think he could finally get to a Super Bowl? What were your thoughts on the game and Lamar itself?
You want me to call him what I called him?
Be yourself.
Negro Tebow.
I think if you were a shade lighter, you wouldn't be able to say that.
Hey, man, it is what it is, man. I'm just brutally honest. He's a different type of dude. You know what I'm saying? And coming out of college, I thought he would be a good quarterback. He's actually played a little bit better than I thought, but you got to evolve as a quarterback when you're in the NFL. And I don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, you look at it today, Odell Beckham Jr., there was an incentive in his contract, right? So he got an extra $1 million for having 35 catches, bro. 35 catches. Like, what free agent are you going to get, that's going to take 35 catches when he thinks he's the number one receiver? And they're a ball-running dominant team. So they're going to run the ball. What wide receiver is really going to want to go there? So you can say, oh, he doesn't have weapons. Is that really his fault? Or is it the wide receivers that don't want to go there? He doesn't maximize his wide receivers. He doesn't throw them open. He misses wide open players. And he's gifted. And how long is that gift going to last, right? Like, how long is he going to be able to run? They're a one-trick pony. They run the football, and when it's playoff time and people take away what you do, you got to find something different. and he doesn't have anything different, and neither does that offense. Because them dudes on defense were crushing people, like blasting wide open receivers. They weren't getting yards after the catch the Chiefs were. But you know what they were doing? They were throwing the ball. So even if they don't run the ball, they can throw the ball. When they can't throw the ball, the run still is effective enough because you can pass the ball. And you have to do both. And they can't do both.
Respect it. Yeah.
Exactly. So this is going to be them every year. I didn't think they were going to beat the Chiefs. I didn't think they were that good all year.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. I think they are who they are. Like this, shout out to the GM and the front office of the Ravens because I feel like they built that team around his skill set. Like, there's no reason to get a bunch of good wide receivers because for what? Like his skill set is running the ball. His skill set is throwing short, intermediate routes to tight ends, backs out the backfield. Like he's not going to beat you down the field, but. Marlon, this just came to my head. The reason you guys might be a little better off next year than the Ravens is because Herbert can throw the ball a little bit. I don't know if he's going to have anybody to throw the ball to, but you're looking damn near at what your head coach is about to come in there and do. This is the same offense Michigan ran all year. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but hand the ball off 30 times to a running back. The only difference is they couldn't stop Michigan's run game, so they didn't have to throw the ball. Like, if you can name a wide receiver that played for Michigan this year, Marlon, I'll give you $100 cash app right now.
Okay,
exactly.
Don't Google it. Don't Google
it. He wouldn't pay anyway. But that's the thing. It's easy to say, oh yeah, they're gonna run that same offense, but they didn't have no Herbert at Michigan. McCarthy ain't no Herbert. So I think this is the best quarterback that he's been paired up with. As far as arm talent, just the total package. As far as somebody that can move around, that can make every throw. He's the best quarterback. I mean, it's a fact. I'm not necessarily hating on any other quarterback he's played with in the past.
He coached Andrew Luck.
Who's a better? Yeah, but Andrew wasn't.
He had his ass handing the ball off to with two tight ends at Stanford. I'm just telling you, bro.
Andrew was not. Dog. But as far as Herbert now, hold on. Herbert now is a better quarterback than Andrew was in college. He's more developed. They
got the same amount of playoff wins as Andrew Luck did in college. But no, you're right.
All right. Anyways, it's saying we not. Anyways,
hey, all I'm saying he's going to protect Herbert though.
I hope so.
He'll protect. Who knows what packages he'll put together? I don't know if, and as you said too, Marlon, before, who knows? Mike Williams is probably going to be gone. If Keenan doesn't restructure, we're cutting him. Austin Eckler is going to be gone. I know we'll probably get Bowers. We probably will get the running back from Michigan, maybe in the second round. So we'll see. I don't know what this offensive team is going to look like, but he's going to put together different schemes. Like, this is a real head coach. Like, the Herbert had Anthony Lynn, Brandon Staley, and now Jim Harbaugh. Like, that's the ultimate upgrade for coaches. So he's going to figure out different schemes, different things that we could put together in the offense. Like, overall, I just think it's going to be a good matchup from quarterback to head coach. So I'm not saying that we're just going to be that much better than any team out there. It's the first year. We got to see how everything plays out from free agency to offseason and all that. And we're just going to have to gel. So this is Herbert's fourth different offense in 5 years. So
it'll be his most basic though too.
We're gonna find out. So we're gonna find out.
Yeah, y'all gonna get Derrick Henry and tuck that. Y'all gonna get Derrick Henry and tuck that ball like 40 times, bro.
And Kellen Moore.
I think he may have gone to Dallas.
Great combination. Derrick Henry.
I think he's gonna probably.
I saw a report that said we could get Saquon. I think I'd rather have Saquon right now. But
he's a free agent. Him, Josh Jacobs. Mark.
We're talking about non-playoff teams, non-Super Bowl teams, man.
It's all good. You can talk about Cowboys. I love talking Cowboys. I love talking Cowboys.
We don't need to talk about Cowboys. We could talk about Brock Purdy, who should never be being talked about this time of year. But here we are. Y'all, how do you feel about that? Down 17 at the half. Was it 17? 17 at the half
17.
Last week. Fighting back. This is the second week in a row you guys come back from behind. And that was the knock on Purdy coming into it. Some say he's answered all the questions. Some say that interception doesn't get dropped and Ayuk catches it, we might be having a different conversation. How do you feel going into, the next couple of weeks here?
If he wins, I'll give him credit for winning the Super Bowl, right? He has benefited from some of his mistakes and some of the defense's mistakes, and you can't knock him for that because that's a part of sports, right? Like you take advantage of what you're given. But he did throw 2 interceptions that weren't caught against Green Bay. He did throw at least 2 interceptions. One got caught, and it probably would have been 3 because I believe one of the plays.
See, whenever somebody starts talking good about Purdy, man, this is what happens.
Yeah. Or when somebody starts talking about their team. Yeah, okay.
He's in the lobby. Yeah.
Oh, double time, double light skin. Okay, let me get one of y'all out of there. Oh, yeah. Too many light skins around me. Let me get that one out of there.
I don't think I've ever seen it do this before. That's funny.
Yeah. And then I tried to kick it.
This is new.
Yeah, it's new.
This ain't Zoom.
There we go. Go.
No, not at all. And that's the problem.
This is what, Fume?
Pretty much. The free Zoom.
The problem is the old way was if we're together side by side, the old way works perfect. We're right here next side by side. We record, boom, it's done. But it's a little something different, better for social media aspects and posting and all that stuff.
I like it.
You got your it's different, but you got your technical issues. Like I don't even know if DB's still trying to get back on or not. Like it's just that's all we got. But anyways,
at least I can see y'all, so I can take y'all. I can take y'all physical cues and know when to not, talk over you and stuff. Do my best on that.
Yeah.
So what I was saying was, he had 1 pick against Detroit, and I think not even the face mask miss interception. There was another one that went like right through his hands, and I'm just like, bro. At some point, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want Kyle to go back to what works. And running the ball over 30 times, I'm interested to see the Niners record. It's pretty good when you run the ball 30 times and you have 3 decent running backs. You got 1 great running back, Christian McCaffrey, who I think is the best back in football. And then you've got Elijah Mitchell, who's decent. And then you got Jordan Mason, who can actually bang a little bit. And I would just like to see them use that a little bit more. It's almost like Kyle's trying to prove that Brock was a worthy pick and is a worthy quarterback. And you're going to lose doing that. If I wasn't an Iowa State alum and hadn't followed Iowa State as much as I have, I might be thinking different, but I've seen it. I told you guys last year before the Eagles game, I don't believe in him because I don't believe he's the type of dude that can take a team and win it on his shoulders. Look at what happened right against Detroit. So many things had to go our way to get back in the game and then to take the lead. Gibbs' fumble was huge. I know Campbell's going to get roasted for going for it, but that Gibbs fumble, they were going to chew us up
about
again.
That, but yes.
Yeah. They were going to go right back down the field at will until that fumble happened. And I think Campbell goes for it the second time because he knows that the offense is rolling, and now you got to play keep away from them pounding the rock and taking time off the clock. And he fell victim to not sticking to his game plan. With all that said, I think our chances are better this year because the Chiefs obviously don't have the firepower on offense. But I also think their defense is a lot better. And they will expose him, but I think he has enough around him this time going around to where he can make up for some of his mistakes. And I'm still not a Brock Purdy fan. And I won't be until he shows me what I want to see in a quarterback. He is not top tier. Look at what Patrick Mahomes just did. Yeah, I know he's special, but he's not even a tenth of what Patrick Mahomes is because Mahomes literally has one dude, and you've got, 4 or 5? And you're struggling to put up points. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Like, Ayuk and Deebo ain't nothing to be slept on. Even Jawan Jennings, who doesn't get a lot of run, is a very good wide receiver and can be a number 2, a solid.
I didn't know what his first name was.
Yeah, Jawan. He had a huge game when Deebo went out last game.
And he's a great blocker. You know what I'm saying? And he's athletic. He's big. You got Kittle, who's a very good tight end. Juszczyk, who's a fullback but can light up as a tight end.
And that's another thing
studs,
too.
Bro.
I'm gonna stop you right there and just kind of switching on Kittle. Kittle's over the years, I don't know when his contract is up, but I think they would end up moving off of him when they can figure out a time, because Purdy's gonna have to get paid. The only reason why I say this is because when you look at Kittle, from the games that I've seen, and obviously I don't watch every snap of every game, but Kittle may have 2 or 3 catches, sometimes may break for a touchdown here or there, but I don't feel that he's that much of the offense as all of the other weapons are. In the beginning, Ayuk was a bigger part of the offense than Kittle. So I mean, Kittle
Ayuk is their best route runner. I don't think there's a question about it. When you see Ayuk catch balls, there's 2 to 3 yards of separation. But Kittle is the heartbeat. Between him and Trent Williams, that team will be completely different. I don't know if you knew this, but I know you know, Mark, but when they went on that losing streak, Trent Williams was hurt. So when you take one of them out there, and Deebo is a different story. I think Deebo's not.
That's a bad combination when you have both of them two out like that's. But yeah.
Yeah, I just think Deebo is Percy Harvin. Deebo is a new Percy Harvin, like without the speed of Percy Harvin. I don't know, but Trent Williams is their heartbeat, but Kittle is like the 49ers. I don't think this team is where they are. I don't care if he gets one catch. That one catch will be on 3rd and 9 in a big part of the game, and the crowd will freaking go bananas because it's him. He'll do his little drop thing, and that's all that matters. And he blocks his ass off too. He does a good job. So I don't think they can get rid of him. I think he takes a team friendly deal, and he's one of those guys that'll be there for the long haul.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think Kittle is like a 2-for-1 player, right? Like you're paying him tight end money, but he's also like an offensive lineman, and he's a wide receiver. So you can almost put like 3 in 1, but you're paying him for the premium of tight ends, which isn't so out there to where you can't afford them. I think they do a great job of adjusting salaries, extending people, and manipulating the cap damn near better than any team possible. The person that's going to end up going, I think, in the end is Deebo. You're right, because he is Percy Harvin, but at the same time, he's Percy Harvin without the speed, but he has the strength.
Yeah,
and that strength ain't gonna last long. The way he runs, the way he's been hurt 3 or 4 different times this year. He is a big part of the offense, but as far as wide receiver goes, Ayuk is far ahead of Deebo as far as route running, even hands, and he's a damn good blocker too. And I think he's a better blocker than Deebo. I think Deebo just seeks contact, but Ayuk actually finishes blocks better than Deebo. And he's just an all-around better wide receiver.
And the other reason, because I agree with you wholeheartedly, the other reason is Deebo wants more money. I don't know if you guys remember at the beginning of the season.
He held out.
The holdout because he wanted to be paid like a running back and a receiver. Like he wanted double money. So Ayuk is going to be cheaper to keep. To your point, better skill set for a receiver. And if we're being honest, you just talked about how you guys have 3 good running backs. There's nothing Deebo does on the football field that Christian McCaffrey can't do on the football field. He's not running crisp routes out of he's running drags, he's running deep ends and finding seams. Like you can put somebody else there. You're not going to get the yards after contact, that he gets because to your point, he runs stronger than most players in the league. Like his
numbers won't add up. Yeah, his numbers won't add up as far as catches, yards, as far as other top tier wide receivers that are getting paid.
Oh boy, DB, on me.
What happens is like Ayuk is 30th in the league in catches, but like 2nd in the league in yards. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy how that matches up. And Deebo's like he'll take a 2-yard pass and go 30 yards, but I mean you give it to him on the end and around, you give it to him out of the backfield, and those are cool gadget plays. But when it comes to giving somebody, AJ Brown money, I won't say Tyreek Hill money, but I mean, he wants to be paid like those guys. So I think that's going to be tough for a front office to do unless you're in a desperate situation. Maybe the Ravens or somebody. I think he'd be great with Lamar because he only got 3-yard route. And let him do the rest. But
I think the key is I think Purdy is wholesome enough to know that he's not going to get paid near the top of quarterbacks. And with him being humble about his ability, I think that'll be able to keep some of these dudes happy for a little longer than what people are really projecting. There's no way he can make Mahomes money. It's just the facts, man. Like,
Yep.
you want to pay him between 15 and 20, I'm cool with that. But when you start going above 20 for Purdy, you can't do that because
now
what scares
you're going
me
to strap your cap.
What scares me for you guys, and I'm saying this in like the end of my Cowboy fandom, so I can say things like this. What scares me for you guys, because if he does do that, that's a scary team for the next 5 to 7 years. If he doesn't, or if they just want to make him happy and give him like a Garoppolo deal. I don't know if you guys remember when they signed Garoppolo, they gave him a bag. 4 or 5 years later, it didn't seem like a lot of money because everybody was getting it. But when they first signed him, they signed him to a lot of money. And it turned out to be a shitty deal. Like,
he was the highest paid QB for like 3 days.
Yeah.
So speaking of Garoppolo, he may mess around and get like a 3-year, I don't know what the 3-year deals are nowadays, but it could be like a step
Daniel
above
Jones
Daniel
got $45 million.
Yeah, but it's hard to say that he's not going to get because Jordan Love. They're already talking about making him one of the highest paid. So after 1 year.
But
so it's just crazy with the quarterback market how it is.
But when you just strip everything away, right? Because let's be honest, and I'm not gonna try not to sound like a hurt Cowboy fan. Jordan Love doesn't have he has a good running back, but he doesn't have nearly the weapons that they got in San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? And kicked our ass, made a game out of it with the 49ers, and probably could have, if they catch a couple of those interceptions dropped, it might be a different ball game. Like, he played his way into a conversation. I don't feel like Purdy has wowed anybody. Like, Christian McCaffrey should have been in the MVP conversation, but because of the team record, Purdy is. You know what I'm saying? And it's a quarterback award. I know, Marlon, you might want to talk about that later, but
He is the MVP, to my opinion.
McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Purdy
shouldn't be on the list.
Yeah.
We've talked about that before. DB, if you're on, we can't see you. It's frustrating because that offense runs through McCaffrey, and he does everything from receiving to rushing. If you look at all of the plays that are ran and draw up, like, yes, the receivers are involved. Kittle may get a catch here or there, but McCaffrey does everything. And I think that with Lamar winning the MVP, I think that if it wasn't for Dallas or pretty much Dallas, Brock, San Francisco losing a couple games, one of them two would still be in it for it just because of what their team is. So at the end of the day, it should be changed to the quarterback that like college, has the most wins in the league. That's pretty much what it is. The number one seed, whatever quarterback that is, most likely going to win it. That's pretty much what it is. Well, because hold on one second, because when you look at Dak's yards, I mean, with Lamar's attempt, sometimes Lamar will win a game throwing it for like 19 times. He may rush for 40, 50 yards or whatever, but the defense did all that work. The running back scored a ton of touchdowns, and Lamar ran it, 2 yards. But when you look at overall what Dak did, even what Purdy did with the weapons that he had, it should be Dak's award, but he just had a shitty December.
I agree. That's on him.
Yeah, we can hear you now. We can't see you though.
I got 2 marks again though.
Yeah, I get one of them out. So DB, what's up, man? So how do you feel about the Niners game, and how you feeling about going up against the Niners?
I'll be honest. The only team that I really was worried about this year was the Niners. I feel like ever since they made that Christian McCaffrey trade, I feel like that was like when Miami made the trade for Tyreek Hill. Just the Niners have a better team. Like it changes the organization. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like when they traded for him, he came in and played that week against us. Had he had an extra week, we might have lost. Like, they that legit. And I feel like low-key last year, had Purdy not got hurt, it'd have been us and Niners in the Super Bowl last year instead of the Eagles. So if any team I was worried about, it would have definitely been the Niners. However, with how we playing and with the magician in my backfield, I don't think that Purdy can beat Mahomes on his best day. Mind-wise, playing-wise, just how Mahomes is, even with all them weapons. Everybody said it was a down year, and like Nick Wright said, our down year is people's best year. So y'all know how I am. I'm with all the smoke.
That is a fact.
That's why you play the games and made the best team win, which will more than likely, hopefully, be us.
I agree
that's
with
a
you,
fact,
DB.
and that's hold on one second, Marlon. That's a fact, and I feel to that. Their down year is people's best year. Like that's, and when he said that, I said, man, that's so true. Because I look at my team. Like when we have a great year, we 9-8. We 10-7 or whatever. So yeah, but go ahead, Marlon.
No, I was gonna say I agree with DB a lot, especially like I love the comparison with the Tyreek Hill and Christian McCaffrey. They even use them the same in the offenses. I don't know if you guys pay attention to that kind of stuff, but with the motions and shifting defenses and stuff like that, they use them very similarly for one to be a receiver and one to be a running back. But let's be easy on the Nick Wright quotes on this show. He says a lot of bullshit too. But anyway, you're right.
I gotta throw him in there. He die hard. I gotta throw him something in there.
Yeah, but that's when he's for you. If he's not, he says some dumb shit too. But you're right. He's right on that one. He's right on that. This is, but I think the difference is you guys got the best player in football, and whenever you have that, the Lakers had no business winning a championship a couple years ago, but they have LeBron. Like when that's the fact, like you got a shot, and I think the reason that the 49ers should scare the Chiefs a little bit is because their defense has the ability to be really, really good. For the past couple of weeks, they haven't played up to their potential, but when the Chiefs had their lull and Patrick Mahomes was throwing some picks and looking kind of weird, it was a lot to do with pressure and guys not getting open. So the 49ers defense can do that to them. Yeah. If they do it, it's a crazy game. If they don't, I said at the start of it, cover your ears, Mark. I said Chiefs by 20 to start the show, but that's because I haven't seen them do that the last couple weeks. Like if they get down 17 to Mahomes, kiss the babies, turn off the whatever. Yeah. Like we could just go home, start the confetti. But if it's a close game and that running game is a factor, the 49ers got a chance, a good chance to win the game because they can run the ball with the best of them.
I hope that we can. I hope that our running game give us a little something. If we can get 75 to 100 yards out the run game and just put a little bit of pressure on them and allow Pat to move the ball, because like we said, the receivers ain't the best, you know what I mean? And Rashee Rice been doing this thing, but it's the Super Bowl. I know he been doing, like I said, doing this thing, but the same way I say I don't know if Brock Purdy going to be ready for the big game, I got to be the same way with my receivers. Even though we did it last year, it's different. You got to be there and you got to show up and you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I do feel like our defense is battle tested, and I do feel like our defense is ready. And with us having all them parts healthy, and I really feel like Drew Tranquil was a really, really good pickup. Appreciate you, Lil Marlon. That was a good look. Send some more players over here if you want to, because they win championships over here.
I think Keenan Allen's going.
Please come on, please. I'm gonna pray for that tonight.
Hey, I wanna say this though, because it's very easy to talk about Patrick Mahomes, and I'm guilty of this. Isaiah Pacheco has had a great last couple years. He's been playing his ass off. But this is a lot of Chiefs talk. Mark, jump back in here, man. How you feeling about this? We got this Chiefs fan in here talking about he want all the smoke. So what do you think about the matchup itself? Not necessarily the smoke. We just talking, but the matchup itself.
I think it's probably more equal than it was the last time we played them. I think their offense was so dynamic. And you couldn't game plan for that speed. You know what I'm saying? Now their offense is a little more basic, but they still have a great quarterback. Everything is going to start for us is keeping Jones under wraps. He's a game wrecker, bro. And we saw what he did against us when we were up 10. When he started getting pressure, we couldn't do anything. We couldn't run the ball. We couldn't do a 3-step drop. We couldn't do anything. MVS is trash, straight up. I would leave him wide open. That man can't catch a cold on a winter day in the snow. So I would leave him open. And honestly, I'm going to make him beat me. I'm not going to let Kelsey walk all over me. Pacheco is going to do his thing. He's more like a Deebo to me. He just runs angry. But at the same time, I don't know if his vision is great enough to last the entire game versus our defense. We make a lot of adjustments. Chase Young honestly needs to show up because I've been more disappointed in him the past probably 3 weeks than anybody because he's not even showing up. But it's the Chiefs, man. If you say the Chiefs are dead, you're digging your own grave because you can't count them out until the game is over because they have the best quarterback I've ever seen play this game.
One of the best coaches. good organization, know how to draft. Y'all ain't no slouch either, though. I'm not much respect to the Niners, like low key, much respect. They do their thing. Like I said, if there's any team I fear or even worry about, it's definitely y'all. Y'all got a winning culture. Period.
So real quick, go ahead.
One last thing on this topic.
Yeah,
because he shouted out his coach. Andy Reid is a really, really good coach.
Yes, sir.
Bill Belichick was a really, really, really good coach.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just agree? Popovich is a really good coach. Players make coaches, man. Their schemes are one thing, but if you don't got the guy under center and you don't got some players around them to make things happen, all that coaching ish gets you.
Okay, I feel you. Okay,
get you 9-8 like the Steelers and beat in the first round.
Okay. You saying versus like what the Spurs are doing now without what he had versus
right.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Right. Belichick is gone a couple years after Brady leaves. You know what I'm saying? That was one of those things that I never personally thought would happen. I thought it would be like a Nick Saban thing. We just wake up one day and Bill Belichick's like, I'm done coaching. But go ahead, Marlon. My bad.
So speaking of coaching, is actually where I was leading. We didn't really talk about Dan Campbell once, and you can look at it from the standpoint of, okay, well, he was aggressive all year, so why would he stray away from what he's been all year? But you should learn from some idiot coaches that have just got fired or didn't learn their lesson. So my thing is, if you are just going to be aggressive all the time and just go for it all the time on fourth down, well, why didn't you go for it before the half when you're on the 2-yard line to try to get that extra touchdown for one? But it definitely could have been. And truth, when you think about it with the Niners, as you said, Marlon, too, with Green Bay, that was a tough fight that Green Bay put up. And if a couple things happened, Green Bay could have won that game. And then I look at this: if Dan Campbell wouldn't have been an idiot, just trying to be overly aggressive, they could have been in a better position to win that game too as well. So, of course, the guy's not going to get fired or anything. They got that far, but that was a team too that the NFC is all around is getting stronger. So they're a team just like Baltimore. If not now,
shot. That was their shot.
This was their one, in my opinion, to win it. That's
why I wanted to play. So I want to get back from game one. I was like, come on, Detroit. Come on, Detroit. Come on, Detroit.
Yeah.
I agree with you saying be aggressive, but however, I play basketball. You got to be aggressive, but be smart. Marlon will tell you, DB, be aggressive on D, but don't foul. Like, so you got to be aggressive and be smart. Like, this is for all the marbles. Like, I understand the aggressiveness and shit, but if this was your chance to push you where you're supposed to be in, and like you said, Martin, this is the only chance, get it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, be smart above all.
And you don't have to learn from other dumb coaches. You can learn from your own mistakes, dog. Like, you coach differently in the regular season than you do in the playoffs. I don't care the sport. I don't care if it's baseball, basketball, football. Football, out of all those sports, is the only one where this is the only game. Like, in baseball, you can keep a reliever in for an extra batter. If he gives up a home run, for the next game, maybe I'll take him out at this batter. But in football, you don't get that kind of opportunity, man. You got to learn. You got to put your team in the best positions to win games.
Yep.
I don't think he did that. Go ahead, Mark.
And Mark, I'll let you go in a second. But in the words of, hold on one second, Mark, you can always, and Pop said it best, you live to fight another day. But in certain situations in the playoffs, you may not have another day. If you ain't no other day, that's it. Go ahead, Mark.
Another day is a restart next season.
Yeah, but I got to give that man credit because he got them dudes ready to play. And I'm not sure another coach could have got them as far as they were.
I agree. I agree with that.
Did he make some? Did he make some terrible decisions? Yes. I think every coach, every single game, makes some really bad decisions that can be second guessed when it don't work. But the truth of the matter is, he took that team and said, "We're going to do this," and they did. Now, will they get back there? Nobody knows. Do I think they will? No, because that loss was so heartbreaking that you're going to spend all offseason thinking about it. You're going to make unnecessary changes to overcome that, and you might overcompensate. But I do got to give them credit for saying, "Hey, we're going to show up, and we're gonna start winning," and they did. And then back to you, Big Marlon. Yeah, coaches are a product of who they got. I mean, look at Phil Jackson. That dude went from Jordan to Shaq and Kobe, bro. Like you got to have something. And I don't know if Campbell has. I think Goff is very good, but I don't think the dudes around him, other than St. Brown, and the scheme is really enough to get to a Super Bowl. And how do you replace that? You can't, because you got to spend some money on defense, because their defense is horrible, absolutely horrible. And if you watch the Lions game, it doesn't matter how much they've been up. They always let people hang around. They let people come back to where they have to make a gadget play or do something crazy to win. They almost blew it against the Chiefs in week 1. They almost blew it to Baker last week. They will let you hang around, and then they will lose. So I got to give them credit, but I also got to give them some blame for them losing. But that's also some of those DBs, bro. Like, you can't let a ball bounce off your face mask. If anything, knock it down, right? Don't let it bounce up. Don't fumble the football.
Yo, they was down 14 when that happened, I think it was. Or was it still 17? It was 14 because you guys kicked the field goal. Open the half,
yeah,
right?
It was 14 because we kicked a field goal on that first drive of the third quarter, which honestly was a great win for Detroit, in my opinion. They kicked a field goal. I thought he should have kicked the field goal to take those 3 points back. And I think that was the worst decision than the second fourth down. And I think it was the worst decision other than running the ball at the end of the game to use a timeout. Because even if you have those 3 timeouts, you're getting the ball back with 30 seconds, and you're driving the length of the field. You're probably not going to score going the length of the field in a hostile environment in the fourth quarter with no timeouts. So I give them credit, but I also got to give them some of the blame on the things that are actually blamable.
No facts. I think that confidence and that almost arrogance, to your point, got them to where no other coach could get them, right? But at some point, if you have a different goal, you gotta know when to take a step back. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know when to get out of your own way. And I think, to your point, that is the play. That's the third down, the one to not take the points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that keeps the 3-point game and change everything. But my point was, when that ball hit off his face mask and Ayuk caught it, I said, they're going to win the game. That was the play to me. That sequence, right? Not taking the points and then that big play.
Got the crowd back into it. Got the defense ready to go out there and make a stop. Like, it changed everything. But and I know what you mean, but and people need to realize it had nothing to do with coaching, because they actually they called that play, that defense that player shouldn't even have been there. So they actually knew exactly what the Niners were trying to do, and that's just good coaching. But I think he had a bunch of players that probably aren't the greatest talent-wise, and got them to actually buy in and play outside of what they were capable of doing. And for that, he's got to be congratulated. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I just don't think they're going to make it back.
I also think Matt Stafford would think that this team is pretty talented. Outside of
compared to all the other teams he had, definitely.
Like shout out to Megatron, no disrespect, but outside, I remember all the highlights they show every time I talk about Detroit is him being triple teamed, and one of those highlights is against the Cowboys, so I'll never forget. And he still catches touchdowns, but they had nobody else. You know what I mean? So shout out to them. 2 great games. I was excited on Sunday. I mean, this is a part of the year that we all love and to some extent hate, because we know it's coming to an end. I'll be in Florida this week for the Pro Bowl. Hopefully get to stop down there and see some of the Cowboys play their last game of the season, because we can't win a freaking playoff game to save our lives. But that's neither here nor there. Shout out to both of y'all, man, because y'all got something to cheer for this coming weekend.
Appreciate it, man.
Not this weekend, in a couple weekends.
Yes, sir.
Marlon doesn't know anything about that cheering in February, but
or September.
Hey, cheer for the Lakers all the time in February. So
hey, y'all got a good color scheme though. I mean, y'all got some raw unis. I give it to you.
And you know what? And you know what else we got? An in-season tournament championship banner. Y'all don't got that.
Yeah, you keep that, bro.
Hey, the Chargers are the championship coach now too, man.
Hey, man, in-season tournament means you paid your taxes on time. That's all that means, bro. You didn't file an extension.
That's all I got to do with. Lakers about to get blown up. Chargers, hopefully everything gets turned around.
As I look
the
at this
Padres are the Padres. So yeah, that's my life.
You get them W-2s
that's
ready.
My life. I mean, the Clippers look good. Like that's just my life, man. It's my life. So, but yeah,
hey, but
Mark,
you got Tatum though.
Appreciate you.
You got Tatum.
Oh,
you got Tatum though. You can root for the Celtics.
Nah.
Yes, sir. That's the team. That's my squad.
You always been a Celtics fan, DB?
Nah, I went when Kevin Garnett went. I'm a Clippers fan, but when Kevin Garnett went, where he go, I go. So yeah,
you're right.
If KG would have went to the Lakers, I would be fucking with the Lakers, and I can't stand the Lakers. But had he went, fuck him. So he went to a team where I could, because I like everybody out hoop, so I don't really pick a team. I like to pick an underdog. I like to pick a team from the East and the West. But when Kevin Garnett went, I had like something I could really get behind and like support, so I stuck with it.
And DB,
I'll ask y'all this: what did Doc deserve? Like, what did Doc do to deserve his pick to wherever he wanted to go coach? Like that one championship from 15 years ago, and it was
the egos. It was for me. It was he played against Mike and the era that we think was real hoop, and then he knew how to control the egos of Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, Rajon Rondo was a hot head. That was really like a team of characters. They were bringing Nate Robinson, Shaq, Big Baby. He know how to manage James Harden. He know how to manage like these stars that think they bigger than life and make them get behind something. He may not get their full potential, but he get more out of them than anybody else been getting out of them. That I can say.
Yeah, I'll add to that too, man. The NBA is a weird league as far as coaches go because who really deserves a job they get? Like what he has is the players respect him because he played to DB's point, and he's won at the highest level. He's coached some of the greatest players there is. Now, who else deserves any of these jobs? Like before who's the guy? Spoelstra. Before Spoelstra got the Heat job, did he deserve it? Like,
nah.
We never heard of the guy before. You know what I'm saying? Before any of these coaches get these jobs, unless they played before, Darvin Ham, does he deserve his job he's got now? Like, he's not doing shit with it.
I don't think he's a good coach at all.
I don't think so either. I don't think LeBron thinks so. But I think that it's weird because the only coaches that are available are the ones that got fired, and the only ones that deserve a job already have one. And a lot of times they end up going to shitty teams. And this is what I will say. Doc finds himself with some rosters, boy. I don't know how he does it, but that man gets some rosters on his. Like, he don't take a job. I'll go call games for ESPN until Giannis gets available. Like, what? So, shout out to him for that. But he's not the best coach. He just handles personalities well, and he knows how to win.
Yeah, you think that Mark Jackson deserves a job?
What'd you say?
You think Mark Jackson deserves a job?
I think that Mark Jackson deserved a job because I think they did him kind of dirty in Golden State. I think they win a championship with Mark Jackson. I don't know if they have the success totally that they've had, but I think they do win.
They was on their way.
Yeah, he laid the blueprint there.
I just think he deserves at least another shot.
Yeah, but that's damn near 10 years ago now. Like, I think back then for sure. But when he didn't go for one right away, I think it kind of faded now. Like,
I think he low-key was trying to pull a Doc. How Doc go to whatever team he want. Like Doc, you said Doc don't go nowhere but a roster. He was trying some of that shit, but you hadn't put your time in yet. Niggas was like, nah. Exactly. Then they had Steve Nash go try to coach. They had a couple other player coaches, and this shit ain't work out. Like J Kidd kind of work out, but then he got Luka and he had Giannis. Like you said, that Popovich stuff. So it's like, but you put him in maybe Atlanta or somewhere else where like the team is okay, but not like that. I don't know if he's that successful.
Where you got to develop some guys. You're not getting the free agents and all this kind of stuff is different. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The only successful coaches in the NBA right now are going to be on teams that have a superstar that's unselfish. Period. Yeah. If you got Dame Lillard on your team, no disrespect to Dame, he's from the Bay. You can tell Dame don't care about championships. He don't care. He ain't no Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday will give anything to win a game. And Dame is about getting what's his. And you got to have a special coach. And I think that's why they went with Doc, because I bet Adrian Griffin was like, hey, bro, you got to lock somebody down. You got to do something other than just chuck up threes, bro. Like, you got to do something else. This team is not built for what you had in Portland, where you can just run down the court and chuck up threes. He don't come off screens. He don't set back picks. He don't care. He's about getting his until his time is over.
But I also want to say this, like, because you brought up a great point. If I'm Dame, I'm looking at him like, no, dog. Why? Like, why are you telling me to set a back screen? Do you know who I am? Like, Doc at least can say that. But I also feel like Doc is a player's guy. Like, I feel like, and I don't even, not even I feel like, I ain't never played in the NBA, but I played at some decent level of basketball. Like, and coaches come in and try to.
Go ahead and show off that jersey, man.
No. I'm just saying coaches try to put their stamp down. Like, they try to put their thumb down.
Man. Sorry, but go ahead.
No, I'm just saying
Slam
coaches come in and try to put their thumbs down. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the NBA, it's a league where the coach makes $10 million and the best player makes $40 million. So you can't come in trying to exert your dominance. Like, nah, dog, it's a players' league.
We're not running sprints.
Doc will go in there and be like, hey,
you running sprints.
Doc will be like, yo, you ain't got to practice today, but I need this out of you. You know what I'm saying? Or you ain't got to do this, but I need this out of you. You know what I'm saying? So it's an even exchange, and Doc don't have the ego as a new coach does coming in trying to coach those superstars and trying to get their respect. Like, he's walking in the door with it.
Hey, Marlon, this is a question for you. I know Trae Young is your guy. Will we ever see him get up out of
Luka
Atlanta? I mean, it's
don't give me Trae Young credit without giving me Luka credit. But
you're right. And this was years ago. I want to say when he was a rookie. I want to say you told me that he was coming. So pause. So yeah, I will 100% give you that. That between that and Trae Young. I think you said he was Trae coming Young. And he came.
Oh shit! You just go double down.
That boy's feeling real empty right now. Get that boy some electrolytes. Nah, Doc is a great negotiator, bro. Doc is a great negotiator, and you got to be to coach in the NBA right now. Like, you got to make deals. You got to make deals with these players. Who's to say he wasn't behind the scenes already? Because I heard he was an advisor for the Bucks. So you already know. As soon as somebody got mad at a loss, he was back there putting his arm around them, like, "Don't worry, man. Don't worry. They gonna get something for you." So who's to say he wasn't behind the scenes? Easy transition. Yeah. And he's still getting paid for announcing, and he ain't even announcing. That boy is a genius.
He's a finesser. He's a finesser.
Raspiest voice ever. Yeah.
Well, the NBA is definitely going to try to get him back than having him commentate. If he can get back, they'll do whatever they can. All that shit is tight in one way anyway. Yeah, still pay him over here. I know Kevin Garnett was still getting paid from some team for like 4 or 5 years or something like that after or something like that. That's how they set it up. Like, what these young players need to do is pay attention. These men is working in business. They learning the business and they moving. And if you're young and like some of the other players, you need to be doing the same thing. John Moran can really learn something. Instead of wasting his money doing what he's doing, he can really learn something about trying to be like a real businessman in the NBA and not being a thug. Like, the examples are in front of you, bro.
The problem
his dad wasted his money.
Yeah, that too.
On everything.
And the other problem, though, is like there's no vets in the league. Like, shout out to the Heat and for treating UD the way they did and keeping them around as long as they did.
Yeah.
But you got teams where the oldest guy is like 28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just got his first contract. He don't know how to handle no money, or he ain't never seen no adversity when it comes to, seeing players go through shit or dealing with things on their own. Like, and they really miss that 32, 34, 35-year-old guy that's just there to be an OG that might be on a vet minimum, and they would rather get a young two-way guy who's going to play half the season in the G League and come up to sit on a bench during the season. Like, it's so weird to me. But when you got guys that are making $40-50 million a year, you can't really afford those.
Right.
But they want cheerleaders, though. They want cheerleaders. Yeah. They want dudes that are going to jump up and down.
Seat fillers. I've been looking like, who the hell is this dude? Who is this light-skinned dude? Who is this dude? I ain't never heard of these dudes. Who are these dudes? Like, bro, it's almost like the draft don't mean nothing no more. Like, so it's a few, and after that, because most people that's in the draft go to the G League. So it's like, y'all dropping all these freshmen and stuff, but the players ain't playing, or they getting hurt, or Zion Williamson, they out for the whole year. Like, the return on investment is not as much of a return, I would say.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion. With the one and dones in college basketball, The transfer portal, the way it is, women's basketball is some of the best college athletics you could watch right now. I'm talking about 3 years at a school with the exception of Haley Van Lith, who transferred from Louisville to LSU. But you got girls that have been playing against each other for 3-4 years that are good as hell, that have built up some type of dislike for one another, which we need in sports, right? Lakers, Boston. Yep. And it's still good basketball. Like the good players have to stay. Like there's no reason that Caitlin Clark couldn't be the best player the best player on the team in the WNBA right now. Other than it's just the rule. She got to stay. We're watching college basketball games for the men right now, and it's an 18-year-old playing against a 19-year-old. Neither one of them have to listen to a coach because they can just transfer next year, or they're going to the league. So who cares? You know what I'm saying? They don't have any game experience outside of AAU basketball and bad high school coaching. So, like the product that's being put out, and I watch it, bro. You see it right here. I'm watching games. I watch it all the time, but it's just bad, bro. And the girls' games, I watched that LSU South Carolina game the other day.
South Carolina, yeah.
That was a good game.
Best basketball game I watched in probably 2 years. And that's college, high school, NBA, anything. So, shout out to the girls, man. We don't do that on this podcast very often, but shout out to y'all.
Oh, I do it all the time. Don't do that to me. Now you know.
Hey, I was going to double down.
You don't shout out to double down. What's up?
I was going to double down with your take, and before you said it, my bad. Before you said it, I was going to say that G League Ignite team is the worst thing that happened because now you got 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, foreign kids that don't go to high school, don't care about nothing because they know all they got to do is just play 1 year in that Ignite, maybe average about 15 points, and they're going to be a top 5 pick. So they ain't working on nothing, and they just going against dudes that are bums that ain't finna play in the NBA. And it's just an honest take,
No bad.
So as a coach, do you guys feel that somebody like Steph Curry, or I wouldn't even put Ray Allen in this, but somebody like Steph Curry messed up the game fundamentally just because all kids want to do is just shoot threes?
No, because he put in the work. He don't just come out and just shoot threes. He put in the work. When you seeing these kids, Gilbert Arenas got a good take on AAU basketball, and like they play 3-4 games a week and they don't practice, but they be training with these trainers. Like Marlon, no. You have to put in the work to be, and I'm saying Marlon because Mark, I don't know if you play any sports or anything like that, and I play with Marlon, but you have to put in the work to be what you want to be. I always said I could have done this, I could have done that. The first chance I got a chance to play pro, and I went to Mexico and play pro, I realized I was not a professional, and I was not putting in the work. And when I started putting in the work, I started growing and thriving and thriving and thriving and thriving. The only place success comes before work is in the dictionary, and these kids really got it misconstrued.
That's true, bro. And I think, and I'm going to say Giannis' name, but this isn't his fault. The NBA, the product that the NBA is, allows it, because most of the guys on that G League Ignite team, and shout out to the Thompson twins, Amon and Amen and the other one, Asur, because they're like they fit this mold, but they also have a skill set, like they play hard on defense. But most of the guys that come from that G League Ignite are skip college and go straight into the pro. They're 6'7" and 6'9". They're athletic. And they have very little skill set outside of that. But the best players in the league, in the top 10, you got Giannis, no skill set. Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam shoots better than Giannis, but he's not like a super skilled player. We go from a guy like Steph Curry who has a bag. If you watch him in college in his first couple opportunities in the league, I'll say, he can play basketball. You know what I'm saying? He just has an elite skill set as far as the shooting the ball goes. But the NBA is wide open, very little defense now. You can't touch people, so you don't need to be skilled anymore. You just need to be 6'7" and jump out the gym. Like it's crazy, bro. So it's not really Steph's fault though.
Well, so I mean, I'm trying to figure out this Giannis skill set. So what do you say? Why is he so successful? What is he? Is he like he's unstoppable? Is it his length? Like what is that makes him be able to do what he's doing if he don't have a skill set?
He's big and long.
Yeah, and strong.
And he can take like that's pretty much what it is. When you look at his skill set, like he's a freak of nature, and he can steal the ball and take one dribble post half court and be gone. Like it's But when you look at what he does, like everyone, you leave him open for a three. Yeah, every once in a while, yes, he'll knock down a shot. But he's just a physical freak, and sometimes being physical is better than being skilled. Not to say that he doesn't do anything fundamentally good, but he works hard. But one
He
thing that
doesn't
does
do
help
anything
him,
fundamentally good.
So his peak will probably be more than likely coming up then, because if he don't have no skill set and don't develop no skill set, once his athleticism is gone, what he gonna do? Like Blake Griffin used to jump out the gym, but you could tell Blake Griffin worked on shooting threes and his ball handle. And he could play, and even in his later years, he's still making plays. So you can tell he worked. So I'm just wondering like what Giannis is gonna do. Like I didn't really think he didn't have a skill set. I just liked the way he played. But you're right, he is like a real freak of nature. Like motherfucker jump out the gym, long as shit.
I love the way he plays too because he doesn't take plays off. He plays hard, and I think that's his biggest skill is not to call him a try hard, but effort is a skill, and you see that all you got to do is watch one AAU game and see who gets back after their teammate turn the ball over. Like there's not very much effort. My problem with Giannis is the strides and the effort he put in to get stronger that you can see from year 1, 2, 3 to like now. He's physically a lot strong, like a lot bigger than he was. I wish he would put that same effort on the court into a post game, a move and a counter move, a jump shot, like anything. You know what I'm saying? If he did that, because he clearly has a work ethic, if he did that and focused on a bag, like not even a big bag, like LeBron don't got a big bag, but LeBron, now you got to respect his jumper. Okay, now I get you on my shoulder and it's a wrap because I'm still LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I see the court better than anybody, and I control the game. Like
I'm a genius.
Yeah, there's that. But like just one thing to make them respect you, because if you watch him play against guys his size, Bam Adebayo, who's still a little bit smaller than him, but just as big and just as strong, all he does is bump him off his spot.
Sometimes they be punking him.
Yeah, and he doesn't have anything to counter that. That's what I say when I think of a bag. Like you got to have a move and counter. And DB, I played with you, against you, dog. It ain't shit you could do with DB in a men's league, in a semi-pro league, in a pro league. He's 6'6", 6'7", can shoot and can handle the ball, and is a willing passer. Like, what do you do with somebody like that? Now take that, add 3 inches, pause, and then bigger. Pause again. Like now you at the NBA level. Like what do you do on the basketball court? It's only so much you could do, bro, and you can't foul people in the NBA. So to me, that's what it is. Like,
he got a Euro step and a spin move.
Go ahead, Mark.
Oh yeah, he do got
So
a
he's got
quick, toot my own horn. I like
ahead.
to play defense too. That's my favorite part of the game is defense. So I appreciate that, Marlon. Because if you ask me what do, I play defense. Who's the best player? Let me get him. That's my shit right there. I'm at that.
No, and that's another thing with this younger generation. It's a lot less pride, right? Like they don't. Oh, nigga scored 40 on me. I scored 37 though. I scored 39. Nah, dog. He gave you 40, bro. Like,
nah, got me.
You gotta be embarrassed.
Exactly. So I think that's a big part.
I said Giannis. I agree with Marlon. Like, if you look at him, he's a freak. He's got length, but his 2 moves are a Euro step and a spin move. And that's it.
Yeah.
Like, at this point in his career, I would have thought that he would have ended up with some type of mid-range because nobody can leap and block his shot or a hook, a mini hook, a baseline hook, something. And he's surviving off of that. And I think he's comfortable with that. And it's going to be sad because he's a wasted talent because he's got something that nobody else honestly had. You think if Joker had the skill set and the body, the speed as Giannis, he wouldn't take that, and he would give up one of his passing ability or his shooting and take that. He would take that in a heartbeat. But Giannis has what everybody wants, and he ain't really honed in on it. He ain't made it better. But I still love to watch him play because he's amazing. But he's got maybe like 3 years left, bro. And once he slows down a step, once he slows down one step, he's meat. He's everybody else because everybody else is getting younger and quicker and can do the same things that he do because they study him and they're going to emulate what he does.
Bro, if Joker had...
And then, Marlon, 1 second. And we look at Embiid and with the way he's been playing. I know he was a healthy scratch against or something happened 15 minutes before he didn't play up against in Denver. But when we see Embiid, he's on his way to being 2-time MVP back-to-back. So it's good to see at least Embiid's game getting better and better at that. But go ahead, Marlon.
No, that's a great point. Like you see these, and you brought up Jokic, right? Could you imagine if those two guys had Giannis's athleticism? It wouldn't
And health.
and health. Like it wouldn't be it would be so clear that Giannis, like I'll just say it, he doesn't know how to play basketball. Like he's not good at playing basketball. I'm not going to say he doesn't know how to play, but he's not good at it, right? And I'm going to say this, and you guys can watch other NBA player podcasts because I'm just Marlon. I play Division II basketball, but when I see other players that have played in the NBA say there are a lot of guys in the league that can't play basketball, I know exactly what they mean, and they'll never say Giannis's name because he's who he is now, but he's one of those guys. And I'll give you the best example I can. Wembanyama, right? Mm-hmm. Wemby is the same size Giannis was when he first got in the league. Giannis couldn't get on the court, though. Because Wemby has a freaking bag. Yeah, he's the number one pick and all this other stuff, but he has a skill set. He can shoot, he can pass, he blocks shots, he can dribble. All these things that if Giannis did one or two of those things well, we'd be talking about him in a conversation with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the difference between Giannis can have 4 MVPs. Nobody's ever going to put him in a conversation with Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Michael Jordan. It's just never going to happen. If he had a skill set like that, and that's really LeBron's problem too. Like, let's be honest. They say he couldn't score. He's an all-time scorer. They say he couldn't shoot. Shoots a better percentage than those guys. Whatever. This isn't a LeBron podcast. But if he had one of those two skills, like if he could just shoot a little bit or just dribble a little bit, he would be in a different conversation than he is.
His skill set should be along the lines of Kevin Durant at this point, with his size, with what he can do, at least at mid-range or something. Because the people leave him, we still see it. People leave him wide open for threes. And we would too, just because I would take that any day of the week. But at least with Kevin Durant, as you said, when Giannis got into the league, he got bigger and bigger. We look at Wemby right now. He has a skill set that he has. Kevin Durant wasn't he's not going to try to get in the gym and get bigger. He's just going to try to beat you, cross you over, and shoot over you.
But he didn't have to do it, right? Like that's the other part that's so telling. Kevin Durant didn't have to go get big like Giannis because he had a skill set. KG didn't have to go get huge like Giannis because he has a skill. He had a bag. Like all these guys, I do hope that Wemby gets a little bit stronger just because you still see guys pushing him off of kind of what he wants to do. But if he does, oh my God, be careful. Watch out because it's going to be crazy. It's just too, like you said, who could block Giannis' shot? Nobody in the world will be able to block a 7'4"
and he don't even jump.
Exactly.
And to better prove y'all points about Giannis, do y'all realize it seems like how long ago that title was? And when he was in the conversation for maybe the best player ever, it seems like that was so long ago because he's doing the same thing every year. And they're not bad numbers. They're Hall of Fame numbers. But they're not making me feel like he's in the top 5 discussion anymore, bro. Like, it's like the dude fell off, but he ain't fell off because you see him doing the same highlights every single night. It's the same game every night.
Well, this is the thing too. When have you seen somebody in this conversation? And this is the one knock on Kobe, right? Kobe, his first 3 championships, Shaq got MVP. When Giannis won championships, in the fourth quarter, he's a second or third option to get the ball. Like that's unheard of for a star player. Like if Jokic doesn't touch the ball, and he got a great point guard, they're just gonna run a 2-man game out there. But he can also do it himself. But could you picture Embiid not touching the ball in a possession in the fourth quarter of the finals?
Hell no.
Like it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like the I'm calling a timeout if I'm Embiid. Hey guys, give me the ball. Giannis
to bring it up.
Exactly. And Giannis was in the finals, like, granted they won, but he was in the finals, like, standing off on a wing and in the corner. Like, what? Like, people would get on LeBron for not taking the last shot. He don't even got the ball in his hands. You know what I mean?
For a whole quarter.
Yeah, it's telling, bro, because, you know, to tie it all in, right? Playoff basketball is a little bit different. It's not just open court, just like in football. You got to make some different decisions. Defenses play you a little bit different.
Everybody know your plays.
Yeah. it's a little bit harder to get to your spots. And so unless you have a dominant, left tackle, Trent Williams, it's going to be a little harder to run the ball. But, yeah, man. Hey, this is a long-ass podcast, guys. Y'all been great.
Guys, yes. Y'all been good. Any last words about the Super Bowl from either of y'all teams at all, Mark or DB?
Hey, good luck,
good
DB.
luck,
It's
Mark,
all
bro.
respect. Yep.
All the
It's all
time, bro.
respect. I respect y'all, and I know y'all respect us. So I would rather be playing somebody different so I can actually be, hating on somebody. But I can't hate on Mahomes, bro. He's just too good. So good luck, man.
Same to you, brother. Same to you. Much respect, man.
Hey, wait, before y'all get off, Marlon, who you got in the Super Bowl, bro?
Oh, are we taking a week off?
I mean, we don't have to give our picks now. We got a Chiefs guy and a 49ers guy, don't we?
I'll say this. I did think that at least the Chiefs would figure it out and end up making it. I don't know how far. I just think they'd figure it out. Say it again.
I think you picked them to go to the Super Bowl, didn't you? Early.
Kind of, sort of. I still picked Baltimore, but I said in the back of my mind, we saw how the Chiefs were just looking just up and down. They weren't looking consistent, and I just said they would at least figure it out and go far in the playoffs. So, in this, I think the Niners will get over the hump. And this is just really just me kind of being a hater, AFC West hater. That now with my team, it's okay. We're starting this new chapter, and hopefully we're not going into the season in 2024, 2025 with the Chiefs back-to-back champs and all that stuff. So it's really just more so for me, but I do think the Niners have a team, and with Kyle Shanahan, he's going to have to it's not going to be that easy for them to get back to the Super Bowl. So I think with this team, it's a solid team. Before you got to pay Brock, solid team. So they got to figure something out and do it. I think now is the time for the Niners. The Chiefs they probably will still be around here and there in the AFC, but the Niners need to win. So I got the Niners in this one.
To piggyback off what you just said, I'm not picking the Niners, but I'm not picking anybody right now. I just want to see if you win.
You said they won by 20.
I think the 49ers have the best. I think the 49ers have the best team, but the Chiefs got the best player in the game. So
better coach and better quarterback.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate y'all, both y'all brothers, for joining us, man. Congrats to y'all teams. Maybe one year, one of me or Marlon's teams can make it this far in the football season, but probably not.
I'm in-season tournament champion, man. Y'all better get on my level.
y'all about to be on Hard Knocks.
Y'all can't take it from me. I need a banner back here somewhere.
Hard
Knocks.
Knocks.
Take it from me, man. Let's go.
They gonna get the free.
We'll get you an in-season tournament replica trophy.
Yeah, that's the championship.
Yeah, but hey,
Hard Knocks.
Pause. DB, we coming though. Just Harbaugh, Herbert, it's gonna be a nasty combination. So
are you
we
coming?
And you're gonna see all of it. And when we see
y'all,
Himalayas,
that shit sound like Himalayas and herpes. We ain't worried about it. Bottom of the division, we ain't worried about it.
We keep receipts.
We ain't very worried about it.
Sign off.
That boy said no pause. Fast forward.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming on, man.
Appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Yes, sir.
No problem. All right. Let's see how I could do this. Got him out. Okay, cool. Yeah,
man.
That was
man.
That was on
Go
you,
ahead,
man. My knee is hurting and everything, man. I had a little work done on my knee, man. So my knee is.
Did you? You sound like me.
Not at all. Not at all.
Oh, that was the first station. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, man. My wife told me I can go in early tomorrow. I'm gonna need to because it's crazy. So I'm gonna be at work like at 6:00.
Oh shit!
Finishing up stuff. So
I told myself I was gonna go work out in the gym this morning. All right, tomorrow.
Oh, you back?
I'm about to try it out.
Cause I wrote you early one morning, and was you already up, or did I wake you up?
I was probably up, man. My girlfriend be waking up at 4:00 to go to the gym, and her alarm be waking me up, so I can't go back to sleep a lot of times. So I was probably up, man.
Because I think I wrote you like at 3-something, and you wrote back like at 4:50, and I was like, "What is he doing up?"
Yeah, that was definitely her fault.
Now I get up at 3:45, and I go get mine in. So
nice,
3:45, man. That's the time.
6 sounds a little better to me.
6. I'm getting home. I'm getting ready for work.
But see, I'm working out at home, so quick 30, 45 minutes on a punching bag, some cardio, and then take a shower and go to work.
Yeah. When you go into 10, 12 minutes.
Huh? Okay.
No, it's especially depending on when I go. Because I used to go to that 24 that's in McKinney, but I can get there in about 15 minutes.
Oh, that's at 4 a.m. though.
Yeah. But I mean, peak time. I mean, that's 30 minutes easy, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
So what was you about to ask me? When am I going to Florida?
Yeah.
Friday.
This Friday or next Friday?
This Friday. Friday night.
Oh, okay. When you come back?
Monday night. So we can still pod on Tuesday if you want.
You going for the Pro Bowl?
Nah. I'm going to see the in-laws.
Yeah.
Hey,
man, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Then we'll get out of here.
So now we gotta go to Florida.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. So I get a call from my pastor yesterday, and I'm just like, "What are you calling me? What's he calling me for?" He was like, "Hey, I need a favor from you." I was like, "Yeah, what's up? What you need? I got you." He was like, "I need you to teach a Bible study class."
Hey,
and I was like, like me? Like he was like, "Yeah, I think so." So that's what I'm gonna be working on, just trying to get that together. And I'm nervous, all of the emotions and everything. I don't do public speaking like that. So
you're a heathen, so there's that too. I'm just kidding.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, shoot, we will we'll catch everybody next week. And
that's what's up, man. Can invite me if it's not like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I gotta see what the concept is because I don't know anything. So and I can't tell them no. I don't want to do it. So so yeah. But we'll see.
Is this like on top of your duties, your Sunday duties already?
Yeah. So it's either gonna be, but it's probably gonna be after church on Sunday, or it's gonna be one of the other days through the week, but it's at the church. And I'm just like, I don't. That's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot. So yeah, we'll figure it all out, man.
Her stuff. It'll happen. Yeah,
I mean, he'll be 1 in May.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's wild. So yeah, but all right, man, get out of here and get these kids situated. So
nice.
What'd you say?
No, I said.
What'd you say?
Get them to sleep, man. Have a good night. Have a good night, bro. All right, Andy's almost as tall as you.
Oh,
I know. All right, man. I tried to get me a Damien joke in there. It didn't work.
Yeah, not at all. We'll catch y'all next week. Peace.
We out.
And that one.
And now to hop on my work computer. See if we sold anything else. If we uploaded anything else.
You think Jeanette's still at work?
She is. She just messaged me. Get some unlocked.